And before you wonder if this is real, this is absolutely a true story. This is not made up. This happened because, for one, I lived it. We had been in Atlanta for quite some time at this point, and the place that we stayed was a fairly new apartment complex in Brookhaven. Up until the point of this story, we had had no issues in our apartment at all. However, one day things just flipped. It first started with weird feelings that we get around nighttime, but then it got worse. We have some pretty sturdy nightstands that sit on both sides of our bed. And by sturdy, I mean that you really have to use force to even pull the drawers out. And for some reason, when we were both in front of the apartment, our nightstands would open up by themselves. This also happened at nighttime too. Not only that, but we actively heard knocking on our nightstands all the time. And again, we still had those same feelings that we had at the onset. There was one particular night that we were both asleep. My wife said that she kept feeling like something was playing or messing with her feet. And instead of being scared, this actually just made her mad. If there's one thing I know about my wife, don't ever mess with her when she's sleepy. You're either going to get stepped on or stomped out. Angry, she got up and said, "Fine, I'll go to the bathroom, fix me some water, I'm gonna get back in the bed, I'm going back to sleep." Not even acknowledging that something that was not me was playing with her feet while she was asleep. So she gets up and she goes to the bathroom. So she turns the flashlight on and this picks up in our camera that's in our front room. So fast forward, I review all of this footage after she tells me what happens coming up shortly. We have good nighttime cameras, and what I see is not her flashlight actually working, but blinking and doing something really weird that I've never seen her phone flashlight ever do. Okay, now we're going back. She leaves the bathroom and she goes into the kitchen. This is what she tells me, that when she entered the kitchen, she saw a gigantic black shadow. Just a big black mass hovering in the room. A normal person would have pooped their pants at that moment. And what I learned this day is that my wife is not normal. She proceeds to tell this mass that she does not care what it wants. She then fixes herself a glass of water, takes her sweet merry time, and then walks back to the bedroom. Unfazed, unmoved, and lacking any fear. She gets in bed, she drinks her water, and then goes to sleep. She doesn't tell me this story until the next afternoon. This is when I look back on the camera just to see if this happened. It happened exactly as she said too. She stared at the shadow figure, told it to find God, went to bed, and slept like a baby. This was a good handful of years ago, so I know at the time I would have not been prepared and I would have not reacted the same way. The moral of the story is, get you a partner who is so apathetic to anything that bothers them in their sleep that you don't need sage, crystals, prayers, sigils, spells, nothing. Just the soul-crushing weight of not giving a flying F about anything. Not a man, not a spirit, not an entity, nothing. Oh, and as for whatever that was, she hurt its feelings so bad, it literally did not come back, and that was the end of our activity. And I kind of don't blame it.